People always ask me, why the horse? And the answer is very complex. Horses are herd animals. They crave structure, they crave routine, they crave being with others. They really need to be in a controlled environment where there's no unknowns, and that's what makes them happy. They don't speak English, of course. They speak the language of motion, body language, energy, intention. You can't hide behind your words with the horse. The true essence of a horse is intention, encountered by people in many different ways. For the timid, it can really embolden them. For people that are more cocky and aggressive, it can be very humbling. For those that are in crisis, it can be very calming. And for those that need four good legs, that's what they provide. So there's many different ways that the horse can be helping individuals. When you step into their world and really embrace it, you feel it. And once that feeling happens, then really cool things start to blossom.
We knew about STAR. We've lived in the community for years and years, and so we knew we wanted to be a part of the work that goes on here at STAR and the therapeutic riding that they provide. We waited until Collier was age appropriate and then got him on the list to get in, and we're very fortunate to be able to work with them. Immediately from day one, we saw a change. He's done therapy for years and years since he was 18 months old, but things that would require multiple requests for him to do, when he was on the horse, they would ask him to do these tasks, and it was almost just an immediate change in how he responded. When we had only been coming maybe 4 or 5 months, one day we pulled in the parking lot and he immediately said Dogger, which is the name of the horse that he's ridden while he's been here. And he says very few words. So for it to make an impact on him where he is associating the name of his horse and the joy he feels when he comes here, that would be enough for us. But the benefit of the therapeutic riding has just changed so many things about him, and being able to communicate better and just the way he looks forward to it each week. We've been so blessed by our time at STAR.
Over the past 6 months, Maggie has learned to be a steward, a caregiver, and a friend. Rather than just riding the horse, Maggie is taking time to learn how to take care of the horse, groom the horse. She's learning that it's important to take care of the home and the space that the horse lives. It's important that they are fed and they receive water. And it's important to learn that horses are horses and they're living beings, and we're here to make sure that they feel loved and respected and cared for.
The Reflections program was initiated at STAR in 2019, which is the same year that my dad was officially diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. I had read a dozen books and attended 3 seminars on Alzheimer's disease and caretaker responsibilities, but nothing could prepare me for the drastic and sad changes in the personality and behavior of someone I had known, loved, and admired my entire life. My dad had been an athlete, a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, a scholar, an aerospace engineer. He had a quiet sense of humor, and he was a true gentleman. But he had become agitated, depressed, very confused, and angry all the time. My mother was exhausted, and I was having a difficult time in my new role as the parent to the parent. All I did was say no to him. No, you can't drive. No, you can't have your guns back. No, you can't handle your own finances. My dad needed a positive experience. He needed to be out in the fresh air and have some physical activity. And my mother needed a break. When we got out here to the barn, the first thing I realized is this is the perfect environment for someone with Alzheimer's disease. It is peaceful and calm. It's organized. There's no rushing around. There are a limited number of people in each class with appropriate spacing. And the horses are well trained to work with people that have special needs. And like the other programs at STAR, my dad was encouraged to learn and do as much as he could independently. And for the first time in a long time, he got to choose from a list of the activities he participated in instead of being told what he could and couldn't do. So every time we came out here, my dad would groom a horse or sweep the barn. And he also began talking to the staff members about his past life. As he shared the stories about his military career, you could see that it restored his spirit and revived his dignity. My dad passed away in January of this year, and it wasn't until after he was gone that these photographs were shared with me, which capture our time out here with Star. And I will be forever grateful for these memories that outweigh the grief and loss. The Reflections program is beneficial for individuals with Alzheimer's disease who are facing a new and challenging world, and it's a blessing for their families.
Hard not to smile when you see a miniature horse come trotting up, but when you see one wearing sneakers or a hula skirt and flower lei, people just light up. During COVID, we had to go window to window. We didn't get to have contact directly with the residents, but now that those restrictions are lightening up, we're able to go back in, and that's been impactful. Just people who have been isolated even more than the rest of us, not able to get out or see their families except through a window, showing them that we still care and that we're out there.
There are a lot of students that come through Changing Strides and Stable Friends that we worry about because, we don't know why they're coming in or what's going on with them. And sometimes they come in angry, mad, sad, don't want anything to do with the world. And then the minute they see their horse that they're working with, they cheer up, they're happy.
Basically with our horses, we can do things that we never thought that we could do with a gigantic animal that weighs half a ton. We use it in our everyday lives, and it's powerful. I agree with this program. I love this program.
It just really helped build teamwork and communication skills, which are important for not only working with horses, but also in the workplace and needing to go through life. I'm planning on definitely coming back to volunteer with these horses.
Serving the people of East Tennessee is what we do. Partnering with horses is how we do it. But the results are why we do it. And the results are many.
Diagnosed with anxiety and depression, very suicidal, alcoholic, didn't care about life anymore, just wanted to end it. Then when I finally got involved here, it gave me a purpose and gave me a reason to live. I never thought that I would have a connection with an animal like I do Mater. And then Mater and the staff give me that purpose.
This is my place to come, and Samson and Apache will be waiting. And it's nice to be here, and it's nice to have a horse waiting on you.
I used to just stay at home and not go out, and I was suicidal, and I got in this program. It's changed my life. I love it, and I volunteer as well. I'll be here until they kick me out.
I started out with the unmounted class and was put with Dream, and I'd had a very bad day. I had 2 major losses 2 days back to back, and up until that point, the horse had been very stubborn and not cooperated with me for a couple of lessons, and he came up to me in the stall, came straight to me, and put his head against my head, and I knew that this is where I needed to be. I come back here because there's been a piece of me that's been missing in the program and the stables, and the horses give that back to me.
In October of 18, I was suicidal. Horses are calming and allow me to leave the world behind. I love grooming. Cinderella liked it too. Horses are a big animal, and when they start trusting you, you start trusting others. Cinderella and Star saved my life.
After 34 years of healing through horses, you would think it would lose its magic, but it hasn't, and I don't think it ever will.